What's good, y'all? We back with another video. Today we got what was the worst time to be alive in human history. To be alive in history. We finna get into the video. We finna see what was the worst time to be alive. Like, I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just born this time. Yeah.
Thug Hares.
Thug
A
Hares.
small civil war. Holy Yeti Mary. After all these illustrations, I don't really feel like getting into what was going on in the crazy Middle Ages. But it's too late. There are the top 12 facts about the Middle Ages you never wanted to know. There's nowhere to run, you're already watching it.
What?
What can you expect from a time when wacky laws govern the world? Harassment, domestic violence, and abuse. All of this in the Middle Ages was possible, and even mandatory. This is a manual developed in 1467 by Hans Talhofer, a German fencing master. In the book, he described the rules for judicial duels between spouses. For example, you could only beat your wife with a truncheon, and for some reason, only sitting in a pit. And a husband could be beaten with a sack of stone, weighing no more than 2 kilograms. Sounds like a typical Tuesday with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. So it was not justice, but sparring that resolved conflicts. What could be more absurd? A medieval court trial with a pig in the dock, animals had no human rights. But for violating human laws, animals shouldered the blame in the same way as humans. A murder, theft, or destruction of property by absolutely any animal triggered a real judicial process. The animals facing charges were provided with a lawyer. They would invite witnesses, hold interrogations, and even carry out tortures. For instance, in Austria, a dog that bit a government official was put in jail. And in Switzerland, a man got the impression that his rooster had laid an egg.
They acting like they know what they doing.
Then he sued the bird, suspecting it of being the spawn of Satan. It was charged with witchcraft and burned at the stake, together with the...
So back then, you could actually, like, bro, that shit so, bro, I'm not even, bro, that shit's crazy, bro.
And Polish peasants once took courage to complain to the authorities about locusts, which constantly destroyed their crops. The pests were tried in their absence, because the locust swarm didn't even bother to appear in court.
Bro, what?
It was decided to give the pests the right to graze on only the least fertile areas. However, for some reason, the court's decision was never implemented. It really was okay not to appear in court. What's the point if you could officially redeem yourself before the law, both state and God's, by just paying a priest? For money, they could write an indulgence, a piece of paper that supposedly testified to absolution. It's like dodging a fine by bribing a cop, but I guess it's not how it works in heaven. Despite this, people brought indulgences for crazy money and kept robbing, killing people, and even cute kitties. Yeah, in the 13th century, Pope Gregory IX believed that cats carried the spirit of Satan, so he declared war on them.
Bro, niggas gotta be out of their mind.
The Catholic Church
then,
and all its followers began to exterminate poor fuzzies. Historians even suggest that this is what caused the plague, because there was no one to exterminate rodents carrying the disease. But how could people believe in all this? It's just that the idea of a medieval society was utterly imbued with madness. For example, scientists of those times concluded that there were tiny people sitting inside sperm cells. They are fully formed children. They only have to get in a woman and grow up. They cherish their delicate spots like the apples of their eyes, because their little fellow, filled with many other fellows, could be torn off by a witch. In the Middle Ages, it was believed that witches kept male genitalia as pets. Also, in the medieval times, they did not expect any good from treacherous Brussels sprouts. To this day, in Western countries, some housewives, before preparing Brussels sprouts, make a cross-shaped incision on them. They say it makes the vegetables boil faster, but in fact, this cooking secret goes back to the Middle Ages. The British housewives believed there were little demons hiding between the sprout leaves, so the cross was not for cooking, but for a little sprout exorcism. But you'll ruin everything if you start eating sprouts with cutlery, because they were considered the devil's work in the Middle Ages.
Bro,
The
why is
church
everything
in
the
Italy
devil's work
claimed that
back
God
then, bro?
created people with
Nigga,
fingers
cats,
so they would
dogs,
use
nigga,
them to
forks,
eat God's
knives, nigga,
food,
what the
while a
fuck?
fork was desecration of the supreme. It was like, wake up, drop your waste, then brush your teeth with urine, leave the rest of the urine to settle, and then wash the clothes in it. Maybe they took showers using... No, they didn't reach such extremes. But one of the French museums keeps a letter from Henry IV in which the king writes to his wife that she doesn't have to bathe before his arrival because he'll be home soon, just in 4 weeks.
Man,
So
get that
morning
one out of
water
here,
procedures aren't really
Get out of
necessary.
here with that. Please
People of
get
that
out here
time
with
liked dirty bodies because it was the way to be
You take
less
a shower
bothered
in
by
weeks.
lice
Somebody
bites.
be home.
Clothes were often hung in toilets so that corrosive ammonia vapors could kill insects in outfits that hadn't been washed for years. All right, you washed your face with urine, washed your clothes, and took a bag of
That's
coins
sick,
for indulgence in case you'd kill someone on the way. Where can you guys go to have fun now? In the Middle Ages, there were special venues for events
But niggas
where
taking
theatrical
ass and
performances,
washing their
local
face with
elections,
they-
judicial proceedings, and many other things took place. That location was a great place to do business because it was here that the shops were exempt from taxes, and prostitutes conducted their activities perfectly legally. And no, I'm not talking about Florida during spring break. Those places were the cemeteries. Which of these facts did you never want to know for sure? Write in the comments, and don't even ask me why you needed to learn all this.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's crazy. You knew washing their face back then with urine, and then you taking a fucking a dog to trial, a cat to trial. They slicing their lettuce because they think it's demons inside, bro. You know what? I'm done. I'm done with this video, bro. But hopefully y'all like the video, man. And yeah, man. See y'all tomorrow, bro. It's crazy, bro.